I'm asking you to give us your support for our Golden Ticket fundraising campaign. We need to raise much needed funds for Tipperary Camogie, and we can't do it without you. Tickets available now from any of our county board officers or at TIPP FM Studios. Thank you.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. Call TIPP today on 1-800-938-007.
Our next guest, Marion, contacted the show following an interview that we had in recent weeks about premature births and the effects it can have on families. Marion, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm very well indeed. This is something that's very dear to your heart, and something indeed, unfortunately, you've been through more than once, Marion. Could you?
Yes. Well, I am Marion Quinlan Curtin. I live in Prematurity. I was born in November 1953, less than 2 pounds. So I am a preemie. My 3 children were preemies. The smallest was 2 pounds 10. All doing well, and my 3 grandchildren were premature. One was 1 pound 4. Her time on earth was 5 hours, but she made it possible for the next 2 to survive. And the next one was 1 pound 13. She is now 11. And the little boy was 2 pounds 11, and he has cerebral palsy and autism, but it has nothing to do with his prematurity.
Isn't that incredible?
Now, the prematurity was caused by all different things. None of our prematurities was because of the same reason.
What are the reasons, Marion?
Well, in some cases, in my daughter's case, it would have been medical. Her cervix wasn't able to hold up the babies. Plus infection. In my case, my son who's 39, they couldn't give a reason. On my daughter, my eldest daughter, my son burned himself a few weeks beforehand, and it was she went into shock and not me.
My God.
And then my third one was born very fast, good weight, but she was still under 37 weeks, which is classed as a preemie. But she nearly killed me.
in what way, Marion?
I actually went into shock and I hemorrhaged, if you understand me.
Yeah,
so
sure, yeah.
in 3 different... Now, my daughter, her first baby was born naturally, but at 24 weeks. And her second one, they managed to hold on to her until she was 26 weeks.
And these difficulties in pregnancy, is it genetic in some way, Marion, do you think?
No. I wouldn't think so. I'd say it's all different medical reasons. And the reason I brought this up, I'm actually ambassador for Irish Premature Babies for the month of November. Now, Irish Premature Babies is a very young charity. They're only 6 years old, and it was founded by an Alison Fagan Malloy, and she is a prim mother of 2 children, and it is run by premature mothers. Voluntary, no expenses. All they get every year is 10,000 from the HSE for breast pumps. Because if you have a premature baby, you have to express milk at home and bring it into the baby unit to be able to feed your baby, whether it be through a tube or through a bottle, so baby can thrive. And it's a roller coaster journey. With my son, he was born at 2 pounds 10. We're talking 1977. We got in for 10 minutes twice a day to see him. I didn't get to touch him until he was 4 pounds 9. I didn't get to hold him until nearly 3 weeks before I brought him home. With my granddaughter then, my first granddaughter, sadly, we didn't make it. With our second granddaughter, she was born in the Coombe in Dublin, and I got to hold her when she was 3 weeks old, and she was less than 2 pounds. But with my grandson then, he was born in Cork University Hospital, and we had to look at him through a window for 3 months before he came home.
Isn't that incredible?
Now, that's grandparents' point of view now, and I always... this is also, like, we talk about our eldest granddaughter every day. Tara is not in here in our site.
This is the little baby who passed away,
passed away, yes. Yeah. But she is spoken about. She is our eldest granddaughter, and Premature Babies is a support network. My daughter told me yesterday that she is still in touch with mothers that she was in the special unit with when her son was born 4 years ago.
When your little first grandchild passed away, was there a service for her? How did that work?
Well, they had a beautiful little service in the chapel in the Coombe Hospital, and it was just everyone was so upset. It was only family, and we stood in the Holy Angels Cross in Glasnevin, and as a grandmother, looking at your daughter's heart breaking, and you can do nothing about it. I would never presume to know how she feels to have lost a daughter, but I certainly know what it's like for a grandparent to lose a grandson or a granddaughter.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, absolutely shatters your heart, but makes you stronger. And with each journey, when our daughter rang us then to say she was pregnant again, we put on a brave face, but we prayed every day. We were scared. Because our daughter's health was at risk as well as the baby's. Like, when her daughters were born, definitely her second daughter, our daughter was upstairs having blood transfusions, and her daughter was downstairs having blood transfusions, and that was a roller coaster for a month.
My God.
If you understand me. So
the usual perception of the birth, is that the mother is there and holding the beautiful bouncing baby, and the father's in, the relations are in, and it's a lovely, lovely time, and there's bonding with the baby. It's completely different, of course, where a premature baby is concerned.
It's completely different, but for the parents, no. The mothers are now allowed to stay with their baby for as long as they like during the day, and they're also allowed to do, it's called kangaroo. They put the baby in a pouch as close to the mother or the father as possible to their skin so they can bond.
Which is very important.
Yes,
yeah.
And they're actually told absolutely, like my daughter rang us every night, and she gave me a rundown of what feeds her child had, what needles she was getting, was there anything wrong with her heart, was her eyesight okay. I have a diary with all that written down. I was told none of that when my son was born.
Were you not?
Do you understand me? So
Yeah,
the difference is, my daughter, the mum and dad was kept informed every day of what they were doing to their child.
And of course, that sort of communication is so important, isn't it?
Oh, desperately important. And it's also important for, we're having a coffee morning now on the 17th of November, because it's actually World International Prematurity Day, and there is 15 million babies born in the world every year, premature, and 1 million sadly don't make it. Now, every 116 minutes, there's a baby born premature in Ireland. There's an average of 4,500 born every year before their time in Ireland. So the Irish premature babies is a network of parents that have went on that journey.
When we were discussing this some weeks ago, one of the things that came up, Marion, was that in terms of people's reaction to the death of a premature child, that it's not quite the same as losing a baby that has gone full term, or indeed maybe a couple of months old or something like that, that it seems to be lesser in some way in some people's eyes.
Yes,
Would you go along with that?
I think, Fran, the biggest problem there is people don't know what to say.
Yeah.
They walk to the other side of the street. Now, I find, I suppose I'm a poet in one sense, but I find if someone passes away unexpectedly or sadly, if I can say nothing, I actually just give the person a hug. Now, I will also mention, whether it be an adult or a baby, I will mention the name, and I will come back maybe a month later and mention it again. Now, that's me giving permission to the parents to talk about it.
Which is so important.
You understand me? That, like we talk, I have a beautiful painting here on my wall. I got a pencil drawing done there during the summer with a famous artist in America, and something told me I want a picture of me and my 3 grandchildren. So I have myself and my 2 grandchildren, my grandson and my granddaughter, but above our heads is an angel in the shape of a heart, and that's my granddaughter Tara. So me and my 3 grandchildren is in that photograph.
It's a lovely image. Lovely.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
She's not forgotten. She's still our oldest granddaughter, and we talk about her every day. My daughter talks about her every day.
And you named her as well.
Oh, she was baptized before she passed.
Yeah.
She lived for 5 very important hours to my daughter. that 5 hours was.
Tell me about that, because, like, for people who have never been in this position, they might be forgiven for thinking maybe it would be better if there wasn't that short time, because it makes it even more heartbreaking. But you're saying to me those hours were vital.
Oh, and my daughter put a lifetime into them 5 hours.
Teach. And when you say that, what do you mean by that?
Well, I suppose a lifetime in her head of what her little girl would be like. A lifetime of memories, taking in every detail of her face, her eyes, her hands, her toes, every outline of her body, loving her, in desperation, knowing she's going to lose her. That's my best way of...
I can't imagine what that must have been like.
But it also, down the road, gave the doctors some idea of how to save her next 2 children. And I suppose that's the gift that Tara gave us. If you understand me.
I do. And the doctors were able to learn about
Oh,
her.
they learned from Tara's birth how to save our daughter, but also how to save Tara's sister and brother.
Right.
If you understand me. So, like, on the 17th November, my daughter will be there. She's the most expert at Premi. I'm an expert from all angles because I'm a Premi. Now, I'm a Premi myself. I'm nearly 63. I'm 63 next Wednesday. Now, the only health problems I have is asthma and I have allergies.
Right, and you don't think that's because of being premature?
No, I don't think so. Now, my left lung would be giving me a bit of gist now, but that could be why. But I didn't know any of my medical history because my mum passed away when she was 55. So I only have the word of my godmother in Perth in Australia of how small I was. I was rushed to the mater. I was under 2 pounds. So back in those days, you didn't ask questions.
I suppose, yeah.
But now I'm very interested, so you know everything.
If people want to get along to a meeting then, or meet with you, Marion, how can they do so?
Well, they can come along on the 17th November, and if they want to contact Irish Premature Babies, just put in www.irishprematurebabies.com, and someone will get back to them.
And the whole that whole closeness of these people, I'm sure, in itself, and the support network that you would have there.
Yes, and they also provide breast pumps, and they have knitters throughout Ireland, knitting little baby clothes, like little cardigans. Like when my daughter had her 2 kids, there was a friend in Dublin knitting little cardigans and little jackets that you can't, you know what I mean, that would be too small. The baby could only be £1.4, £1.5. That you'd be knitting clothes that'd be only big enough for a doll.
My God.
And and it's the care and attention. And like, imagine 4,500 babies a year. That's a lot of babies. And a little baby born too small every 116 minutes is massive. But imagine 15 million babies worldwide, and that's only the statistics. Like on the 17th November, 60 countries will celebrate World Prematurity Day. And it's only now people are talking about prematurity. And whether your child lives in the womb for 2 months, 6 months, or is born sleeping, or lives for 5 minutes, 1 hour, or 5 days, that baby existed. That baby is yours. You loved it. You hugged it. You dreamt about what you were going to do with it as you were expecting it. So that is all part of the journey that these people take every single day. And they walk out of that prim unit and they go home worried. Even though they've been with their baby all day, they'll be out the door and they'll start to worry. But that's where another prim mother comes in handy. You can pick up the phone and say, can I have a chat? And now, as I said, my grandson has autism and cerebral palsy. The amount of red tape my daughter has to go through to get help for that child is unbelievable.
So as well as dealing with these special needs, she has to go through all of this.
All the red tape, even for a box of nappies, Fran, the red tape you have to go through in this country is a holy disgrace, and she's not the only mother that's doing it.
Well, Marion, listen, you speak extremely well, and it was a real pleasure to have you on the show today, and we wish you the best on the 17th. Will you give out that web address again? www.
www.irishprematurebabies.com.
All right, Marion.
And the coffee morning is in the Templemore Arms from 10 to 1 on the 17th.
All right, listen, my best to your daughter and to your grandchildren as well. Lovely to talk to you, Marion.
Thanks a million, friend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's Marion Quinlan there, speaking to us this morning. 1800 938 007. You can text on 083 311 3311 is ever we would like.